something else on the other side. Wait. That was supposed to fall, right? I was actually wondering if I could just grab the vent off of the wall to climb the vent. But maybe not. I want to control more of these guys. Oh yeah, and I have blocking. I keep forgetting. No? I guess there's still enemies around. Okay, where's this? Is he upstairs? Then his head's gonna explode. Maybe not. Maybe after a certain time, his head explodes. Okay. Do I have to go to the other side? Or do I have to wait for his head to explode? No. Like, is there one more guy? You know, there's one more enemy where I have to kill a few of the red things to open.
During an AWE investigation, our agents discovered a light switch.
I keep pressing back. Oh my goodness. All these random dashes. So I should better video.
During
Quality.
an AWE investigation, our agents discovered a light switch cord in a Butte bungalow closet. They pulled the cord and were instantly transported to the Ocean View Motel and Casino. Dream like haze. Inside, they found a door marked with an inverted black pyramid. And just like that, it led back to the oldest house, some 2,000 miles from Montana. Now we're finding the cord in increasing numbers throughout the Bureau. Somehow the two places, they became in tune to each other. The actual physical location of the Ocean View is a mystery. Stepping beyond its walls has so far proven impossible. A place of power, like the oldest house. In a Butte bungalow closet. They pulled the cord and were
Wait. Oh. It doesn't hurt me. Oh my goodness. I thought that was just taken over. guess I could just walk right into the red light. That's the thing that the game does, is it makes you think you're in danger when you're not. Oh, guess I do have to go this way. Like this, I am bad at upgrading all my stuff too. Okay.
Glad to see you're still you.
You too.
Medic, what's the damage?
They've each taken a few hits. We need to get them to a surgical station ASAP, but I don't think they're stable enough to move.
Oh yeah? Well, they're gonna have to be. Because we are moving out and I am not leaving them behind. Now do what you need to do.
Ranger Squad Charlie 7 returned from an expedition into the quarry threshold just after 0500 Zulu. Can you please state your names and describe the purpose of your expedition?
Kevin Horowitz, Rupert Wells. Our mission was to map quarry grid coordinates G29. Secondary objective
Hey, remember the
always
deal.
was
You kill
to
a
find
hiss,
the route
I buy a
from
shot.
the threshold
Not a
entrance
cell
and
phone.
maintenance to the formation. Secondary objective was not a success. Was a threat.
And did you encounter any previously unrecorded event or entity while inside the threshold?
No, nothing. Do you think we should tell him about the mermaid?
Excuse me?
Yeah, the mermaid. Horowitz here found this mermaid in a quarry, just sitting on some black rock. She was singing this beautiful song, and he was overcome with desire.
I'm not doing so hot. You're fine.
I'd say she was more enchanting than alluring. Fine, enchanting.
Did you tell your CO about this?
No. Because it didn't happen. Nothing happened. As usual, the quarry is full of rocks. That's it. Can we go now?
Fuck you guys. Get out of here. Ranger Squad.
I had it filtered. Have you noticed the recent tension between Trench and Darling? They've both been acting odd lately. Trench concerns me the most. His sudden hostility towards Darling's project is very unlike him. He was the one to approve all his Hedron research in the first place, but after Darling unveiled those HRAs, he was livid. I personally don't see any reason not to equip Bureau staff with an additional protective device, especially not if it's as strong as Darling says. What do you make of this? Have you seen anything from either of them that strikes you as odd? Let's talk in person soon, before the next Bureau Heads meeting. M.
When can we get out of here?
Hey, thanks for bringing down that... whatever the fuck that was. But we are barely holding on here, boss. How's the situation outside maintenance?
What do I tell him? The truth is harsh, but these people seem familiar with death.
The Hiss are everywhere. Most of the Bureau is lost. We need Blackrock Prison to make more HRAs for any survivors in the safe rooms. I'm here to check Darling's Blackrock lab.
So to recap, death, disaster, and imminent destruction. Another day at the FBC. But Darling's lab is just past Blackrock processing. I got good news and I got bad news on that front. Good news is, it's right down the hall. Bad news is, a Hiss monster has decided to move in, so that's great.
Monster.
That's what the Rangers said. The ones that survived, anyway. But we are just treading water here, and the Hiss keep coming. Salvador would know what to do, but apparently he took a security team into the containment sector just before the lockdown happened, and well, no one's seen him since. But hey, at least we got you, our fearless leader.
They shouldn't rely on me. They don't know me. They don't know how I've failed people.
You've done a good job here, Arish, but you should take your people and get to the base and executive. You can regroup there. I'll go deal with this monster. I'm getting kind of used to them.
Aye, aye, Faden. Be sure to put a bullet in that thing for me.
Yes, sir. gonna see if I can kind of finish this little bit before ending stream. Thanks. Follow the blood
Arish
trail.
wasn't kidding about that monster.
Clearance 5, which I don't have.
You showed me the HRA when I first got here, and the machine that makes them. Can you help me find a prism?
Just making sure there's... Yep. So the swan boat. No unique procedures required. Item is made of fiberglass, painted to resemble a swan. Foot pedals allow the item to propel forward in water. The item emits a pulse of physical force at an estimate force of blank, possible connected to OOP 5. Measuring the exact force created by the item has been hindered by concerns from the Human Resources Department. The item was seized from an activity rental service called Blank, located on Lake Blank on Vancouver Island, Canada, after it ejected numerous riders over the course of a summer, bringing the boat to the attention of the media. The item was transported to the Bureau by helicopter. A containment specialist accompanied it, sent to recite formulas C.9 through 32 recursively. What occurred in the helicopter is not known, but all Asians were lost in the crash. The item was recovered and then transported by train. It arrived at the Bureau without further incident. Thanks. Can you imagine, like, going on the Swan and getting just launched out of it? Alright, Mr. Monster.
Shit! They're shattered. Not a single prism left. What the fuck?
Hi. It's like, that's a dead. My goodness.
Let's
Okay.
hurry up and find Darby's lab.
Is there another one? I think I hear a second. Was there a second one? Or is that the sound of it dying? I don't know. I'm hoping that was the sound of it dying. Like, what the heck is this thing? So Hiss distorted agents are able to render themselves invisible and emit a powerful concussive blast when in close range of their target. Curiously, the Hiss distorted is apparently not able to utilize both abilities at once. It must make itself visible when it goes on the offensive. The Hiss distorted is unique in the fact that it wields a paranatural ability previously unknown to the Bureau, perhaps tapping it into a yet undiscovered object of power. How does this invisibility work? Does the distorted become resonance temporarily? Does it use Hiss resonance to refract light? The physical deformation of this particular Hiss entity is noteworthy in its thoroughness. Clearly, the human host would have died from such extreme alteration, which prompts the question, are the corrupted simply animated corpses? Refer to file blank for full report. Yeah, these are my least favorite so far of the enemies. Oh, so that was probably the monster they were talking about.
Conditions when
So BlackRock has allowed the Bureau to make great strides in containment procedures since it was first discovered. This report will examine how its very structure is compromised of blank density that nullifies all resonances with a range of blank to blank hearses. Bureau innovations that incorporate BlackRock will be analyzed, most notably the firebreaks, feats of engineering designed to contain any future outbreaks, attacks, or other internal threats. The goal of this report is to encourage Bureau staff to explore further innovations using BlackRock, as work in that field has markedly slowed in recent years. Refer to File 593, 1733 for full report.
frequencies match,
Oh yeah, so I'll probably have whatever he's saying on that screen.
there are areas in the oldest house where, under the right conditions, when the frequencies match, other dimensions leak in. We call these areas thresholds. The quarry is one of the more stable thresholds in the maintenance sector. That's where BlackRock comes from. Extra-dimensional matter. It has the unique property of blocking out a lot of frequencies. A good thing. It keeps things stable, contained. Think of it as paranatural lead. Our research involves many dangerous things we absolutely need to keep in check. That's what the BlackRock line firebreaks are about. The panopticon container cells.
Sorry to interrupt, sir, but I need the code for the quarry elevator.
Oh, Emily. The codes. BlackRock 665. Neighbor of the Beast. Get it? We can do that again if you... Other dimensions leak in. We call these areas thresholds.
Like, did I hurt my shoulder, or is that like her go-to
Maintenance sector. That's
stance?
where BlackRock comes from.
You heard that too, right?
Dimensional matter.
BlackRock
It
comes
has the
from the
unique
threshold.
property of blocking out a lot
Quarry.
of frequencies. A
So
good thing.
the prisms must be there too.
Think of it as paranatural lead. Our research
Sounds key.
involves many dangerous
Ooh,
things
Should
there's
get us into the quarry.
to keep in check. That's what the BlackRock line firebreaks are about. Panopticon container cells.
Make sure there's something else.
Emily. The codes. BlackRock 665.
Like, I wonder if I could have just typed it in, or if I actually needed. Well, the clearance 5 is for everything else, so never mind. Like, maybe I could have just typed it in for here, but then I wouldn't be able to get clearance 5 everywhere
Everything
else.
is crazy. Weird, but it feels right. Like how the world should be. I am in an infinite building leading to different dimensions, and I never want to leave. Even with all the horror, I'm happy. It feels sane. Just the right kind of whimsy.
Well, that'd be interesting with the building. I never even thought of that. The building is actually never ending, so. Like that, you probably would never have to leave. Oh, okay, so this is where, yeah, I came a little early before. Cool. Alright, so I see that guy in the middle. him being a sniper, be good to have him on my side. The NSC was designed by order of Deputy Chief Trench shortly before he became director. The container provides a safe method of extraction of Blank's excess energy output while acting as a humane way to house him. The coolant pumps keep the container and its Blank from overheating while the energy is siphoned. The energy is then conducted to the converters, where it is rendered into a Blank through the use of turbine generators. The electricity produced powers the entire bureau, making us completely self-sufficient and effectively invisible on the New York City grid. After NSC-01's disappearance by some unknown manifestation of Blank's power, the occupant was restrained and a second model was built. NSC-02 possesses built-in spatial anchors that are designed to prevent any translocative effect from its occupant. Refer to file 923-0544 for a full report. I actually didn't know I could shoot that. Which means they could shoot him too. And if I pick it up to throw it, they could just shoot it in my hand and have it explode in my face. Let's do a little searching first. Doesn't look like there's really anything else.
Elevator's broken.
Of
Gotta
course.
get down the old-fashioned way.
By jumping. Oh. Yeah, she did mean jumping. I meant jumping all the way down. Alright. So not too bad. So far. So far, not so bad with the jumping down. I was gonna try to see if I could do a quick control. But then he was a little too close. and already exploding. Can I? There we go. So there was that sort of lag in between the controlling him. I think this seems like a good spot to kind of finish up. I figure that this is probably going to be near like the end of the chapter.